What would the worst season ever look like? It would probably include a player playing really poorly.
Fastball, got him.
And to make it even more miserable, the player would be playing very poorly on a very bad team.
It's gone, and the Rangers win it!
An awful season on an awful team? That sounds like worst season ever type stuff. Why do I bring it up? Let me introduce you to White Sox outfielder Andrew Benintendi and tell you why he's enduring maybe the worst season in baseball history. Let's break it down.
This year, just a massive struggle. 0-2. A swing and a miss. Benintendi strikes out.
Of all the players who have received at least 300 plate appearances this season, Benintendi's OPS is the worst. Benintendi is currently at negative 2.1 wins above replacement. That makes him one of 47 position players in the wild card era since 1995 to grade out as negative 2 wins above replacement or worse in a single season. That is, not surprisingly, the worst mark by any position player in MLB this season.
On the ground, with the lead runner at second and first, and a double play turn.
He has reached negative 2.1 WAR with about 2 months of the regular season remaining, which means he has a real chance to reach the worst single season wins above replacement mark by any batter in the wild card era, a distinction currently held by both Jose Guillen in 1997 and Chris Davis in 2018. Negative 3.3 WAR. And just to pile on, he's hitting below 200. He grades out as the worst defensive left fielder in the American League by defensive runs saved. And he's been caught stealing as many times as he's successfully stolen a base this season.
Second in time, strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Okay, so we've established that Benintendi is having a terrible season in just about every way possible, and that he has a chance to produce the worst single season WAR mark by a batter in decades. But what makes this truly the most miserable season is that he's playing this badly on what is unquestionably the worst team in baseball this season. A team with a chance to be one of the very worst teams of all time.
I believe they're calling the game over.
Wait a minute.
The 2024 Chicago White Sox, Benintendi's team, have been outscored by more than 200 runs this season. That's more than double the next worst team in the American League. The White Sox are 37.5 games out of first in the AL Central and 25.5 games out of fourth place in their own division. And most importantly, the White Sox are currently 27-81, more than 50 games below 500, a .250 winning percentage. That would be the worst win percentage in Major League Baseball since the 1962 Mets went 40-120, and would put the White Sox on track to lose more games than any team in the sport since the 1899 Cleveland Spiders. Oh, and they just lost their 14th straight game, the second time this season they have a losing streak of at least 14 games, becoming the first American League team to have multiple 14-game losing streaks in the same season, and the first in MLB since the 1932 Boston Braves. So, to recap, Benintendi is having the worst statistical season of any batter in MLB in 2024, and one of the worst statistical seasons any batter has produced in recent baseball history, and he's doing this for what is currently the worst team in Major League Baseball this season, and a team that could go down as the worst team in the AL in well over 100 years.
Been a long time since the White Sox fans have seen their ball club in the win column.
Sure sounds like the worst season ever.